All right, we're gonna do a quick daily recap of. Let me get out of the screen of what we did, and so let's just go to our daily first. And we can get an idea if you saw the early morning portion of this. You can see, baseline. You can see a next level, another level here, and of course there's, a further level down if it wanted to go. I was primarily just concerned with, because it was a downtrend, how far down are we going to go? And then based some of my moves off of that. If we jump to an hour, we can see we are the 28th. And the fun started here on the 28th, really 9:30. So the hourly, let's just take that to, let's draw a line at 7. 7's kind of a fun day to look at stuff. So if we're looking at the previous info, we can see we're kind of basing off this line. And if we draw that back, we can see it goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. Let's pretend this hasn't started yet. And then we kind of have our other area right in here. We could clean that up a bit, but we can see we kind of go down, we go up, we go down. We're constantly playing, for the most part, within this general area on the hourly. Go to the 15, leading up to the day. Pretty much the same stuff. We're not having anything fancy or crazy. We know on the monthly chart or the daily chart that we have a couple levels that we're looking to get into. If we go to the 5-minute, we can look at kind of where we're at. Here's the 200, but here's our base. So everything's looking good until we hit, probably about 9:30. It starts getting a little, we get this nice elephant bar here. So let's break that down even smaller. There's no shame in trading the smaller time frames. Or looking at them. You should always look at the smaller time frames. Do your analysis. Go back several days, or if you're on the new lows, go back, till the next low. Try to find patterns of lows and highs. So here's 7 a.m. We're kind of, we could tighten up these lines a little, but we're playing, within this range. And then when we get to really when we get to 9:30, it looks like we're going up. We skyrocket down. Then we come back to this base again, right? This is kind of a nice baseline, from our previous, and then we begin our uptrend. We break the high, right? So this is our previous data. We're kind of playing in between here. Now we have a new level of a high here. So let's respect that a bit. And we almost start, wow, it's playing off the 200 pretty crazy, huh? We almost start a new range. But still, yeah, we're almost pacing really there. For the most part, we have another kind of base within there. Okay, so where do we get in? What are we looking for? How does it boogie? Originally, I thought we were heading for another high. I thought, if we go to the 15, earlier in the day, I thought we might have had a chance to really break up, recapture, kind of this general vicinity, or higher, even up to, even up to the next line. But we didn't, which is just fine. And so we wicked below that level, we shot up. We based off of here. So really, if unless you were playing long down a level, or you fight, this happens so quick in the morning. More than likely, you just let this play out, exhaust itself, see if it breaks. If it doesn't break, it's going to go back down to the meat of the bar. And in this general area, unless it breaks here, I know that's what, 60. See, that's just too much to eat. That's tough. So let's break it down into a smaller time frame so we could see how it happened with a viable entry. So this is a much easier entry. So we see it goes up, goes down, goes up again, and then bases here. There's your short. This general area is a shorting area. Why is that a shorting area? Because it never really pulls into the next realm. We have our high, we go, we come back here. It never breaks here, right? It never really challenges it. I mean, you get close a little bit here, but we just continually down, down. We find a little support here. So if we tighten this up to where we get a little meat, we got a little bit of a range here. It starts to play, right? But it's not really making new highs. Then we have a collapse. When it breaks this range, it's down, baby, down. And then you have a continuation all the way down. What is that? That is 7. So let's look at a bigger time frame here and see if we can find a little more love on our daily time frames, because we did boogie today, and we boogied hard. Okay, so now it's coming in a little bit clearer. So if we look at our larger time frames, obviously we have the bottom here, which is a wick. We have, I want to say, this line is probably further back, if you go to monthly, and then you have a bottom here. So let's get rid of our drawings, and we'll just look at lows and see how they played off of what timeline. So it looks like we almost had a perfect balance with the 4th. And the 4th high, or the retrace from that, before it pulled back down, was right about there, so that wasn't bad. It's giving us a pretty decent level. A little bit rangy. Man, it did collapse, didn't it? I was off on my prediction big time, because I thought we had more of a bullish area. So let's go back to our 15. Oh, I did erase my lines. So we'll start here, 9:30. So here's our day. We'll just, for kicks, we had a previous low, we broke that low to there. But if you look at from a 50-minute time frame, we never had a break. We had a top, a pullback, and then it never really broke higher highs. So, once we've established this line, and then we start on the next one, I mean, that's a good short there. That would have been an excellent trade. It looks like we almost had, if you look at the bottom of the meat there, we tried to develop a base, right? Here, you may have thought, well, that might be a little pullback kiss we got, but it never makes a new high. If it's not going to make a new high, it's more than likely going to make a new low. And we carried it all the way down to here. This area in here is pretty solid. We do get, that was a pretty good line of support actually, and it held up for the most part, give or take. Those areas in here held up well. I thought for a second we might boogie down further when I was watching it collapse. So we had a nice power up, then you're thinking, okay, it's going to power down a bit, then it held the line. So it really established this area as a strong base. So really you're playing, if you missed the long at the original part of the day, you're thinking short. Makes the most sense. You're not making new highs. Let's go ahead and wait for a retrace, which we got. Go short, play it out. It's a beautiful trade. Wait for it to exhaust itself. Here's your baseline. If we're not going to break it, we're going to continue down. Let's go ahead and take another short here. I wouldn't mind if you got out there. That's totally fine. We base here, right? So we attack it once, we go up. So the next time it hits this area, you're kind of looking to go long, but then you get spanked, right? You eat that, but now we have a solid base. It goes up, pulls right back. So you have trading opportunities here as well. And granted, this is a 15. Excuse me. What's our range here? Not tremendously high. Let's say we draw a base at 62. 8 points obviously is 70. But then we also have wicks really right in this general area. Almost right about there, right? But if you're playing the meats, you let it go. You could just go long off this bottom bar. You could have gone long, depending on how you played it out. Wait for a touch, go long again. You could have a couple great trades just going long off of here. If you look at it on a smaller time frame, like a minute, and sometimes it's fun to look at different time frames, right? You might see something else come into play that looks a little bit more interesting. So if you, instead of playing here, if you look at the minute time frame, you can widen that area almost to there, really. Right? So if you're doing the minute, you can draw some new lines based on this data. So it goes up, as soon as it crosses, goes down, go long. Now you're kind of ranging, go, yeah. So you'd probably tighten it up here. But once you saw it go here, it goes long. When it hits here again, then you're going long again, bang. Get out on the pullback, wait for a touch, there you go long again. Starts pulling back, get out, go long again. Pull back, go long again. Hold on to your trade. There's no reason to get out. Your stop loss should be, down there. Catch it up. I mean, this from here to here is what? 763 to 782. I mean, you're kind of I mean, granted, you'll get out earlier than that, but you're probably in the 15 point, maybe 20 point area. And and you can catch some trades off that 20, 40, 60, 80. You know what I mean? You could have played this area at the end of the day, if you're able to take advantage of it. You could have played that area long, strategically off that line. Beautiful trade, just based off that. And once again, I was on a 15. I'm just looking at this, after it's already been traded. I had a pretty decent day today. But, I think I did make 1 or 2 trades here. I did get smoked a couple times. I want to say I almost thought we were going down more. Originally I thought we were real bullish, and then I saw this, I saw it just kind of breaking levels, and I thought, my God, if it, I think I had my baseline here, and I saw it kind of breaking that base, and I thought, wow, if it breaks this, right? What great stuff do we have in store, once it clears this area in here. Let's see. I mean, the most data they'll give me on this chart is, 591. Right? I mean, what's stopping it? We run out of data. Well, I'd have to see more data, but the limited data that I have, once it breaks here, you could boogie quite a bit. I mean, we got to 758, 593, 58.93. Good God. And if it reversed off that and went up, I'll get out of town. But, so I guess today, if we really broke it down and we looked at it, we had, a false move up. We had pretty much a shakeout both ways. You had the shakeout up, shakeout down, and then you had a nice bullish trend, which is originally where I thought we were going. I was really bullish on the morning, got out, had a decent trade, and then I saw, I think I had a pullback trade that I made. I'd have to go back and look, I don't remember, but I was also able, I think I played the next level down, so then I played the smile. So here's the smile. So I think I had another buy in here. So I caught the long there, I caught another long here, got out, and then I thought, man, we are attacking lower, and there was a new baseline here, and it kept attacking that baseline. I thought for a minute in here we might boogie down, and then I realized we weren't, and so then there's a couple opportunities in there to, to make a couple more trades. But sometimes you gotta, take what it gives you. You get a nice piano key, play the piano key. If it's not gonna break here, play long. Why not? Like you are at the point to go long because you're at the bottom. The point to go short, would really be where, honestly, if it boogied past here, I think what I did is add a couple trades down below, just in case it decided to just crash. So I might have had a couple here. I can't remember, but I mean, recapping the day, if you didn't want to get involved in the chaos that was the open, you have a beautiful green bar. Then you have, it doesn't make a higher high. And then let it play out. Still doesn't make a higher high, right? Short. That's all the information you need. Take the short. If you played that short, that trade I made there is nothing. you could have played a decent short off that, double top, and you would have caught, like, oh gosh, and let's just say an 80 to, geez, I'm sorry, I actually have to use 981 to 831. I'm sorry, let's say that again. Let's just call it 981. And then you probably would have got out on the pull back up. But let's say you got out there just for kicks, 832. Disgusting. That one trade, you're done for the day. Wrap it up, man. Good night, Irene. If you made this trade, you're done for the day. If you made that trade, you're done for the day. If you played a little bit of Pong, you probably could have settled into this. Had a nice little profit there as well. So several opportunities really to play off this day. And like I said, I thought we were bullish. Totally wrong. But there's really nothing wrong with that. Take what it gives you. If it's going to give you a downtrend, take the downtrend. If it's going to give you like a baseline to play off of, take the baseline. Go with the best educated guess you have on your past data and go from there. Look at your dailies, look at your monthlies, look at your lows. There's always information that you can play off of based on what you think is going to happen. And if you're not sure what's going to happen, I kind of trade the 7 a.m. to 4. So if you're not sure about that, wait for the open. Or if you're going to play like the earlier range, I'm sorry, let's just go with 5. You have areas where it's you could play some of these areas in here. If we make them bigger, they're easier to play. This area in there, there's a bunch of options you could play. My advice, what I'd like to see the most though, is I like to see a dominant bar. I like to see a massive movement in one direction, and honestly, if it doesn't continue, you can almost bet that we're looking for a retrace. So, to here, which we did get exactly. Now we have an opportunity for an up move, right? A little pullback kiss, which goes exactly to that. Does it? Yeah, goes exactly to that wick. Doesn't make a new high. If it's not making a new high, it's probably going to make a low. All depends on how you play this stuff, or you could just hold it. More than likely, depending on what time frame you're looking at, the 5 minute, you probably would get out here. If you're playing the 15, right? The 15, you're looking at a double top and you're going to carry it all the way down. That makes more sense. Different timelines have different stories and different opportunities, but I think, like I said before, there's always an opportunity, several opportunities within a day to make whatever it is you need to make. And we'll take a look at tomorrow as well. I know it's holiday time, but I got wrecked yesterday. Today I had a great day. Today, I don't remember. I think I got spanked a bit. I think it was up to 5, then it got pulled back. I was yeah. So I had a good day. I do that all the time. But you should probably chase points. Don't think numerical value, just work on your points. How many points can I get out of this? How many points can I get out of that? And if you can successfully get points, then you can always successfully add contracts, and the more contracts with minimum risk, or the better setups, the more, obviously, it equals more money in the end anyway. But find a timeline you like, find a structure you like, and the next time I play around with trading, I'll try and make another video. Hopefully there's something out of this someone found somewhat helpful, and I'll catch y'all later. Thanks so much.